99% of people will never get rich, not because they're not smart enough, not because they don't work hard enough, but because they don't even realize what's actually stopping them. This book figured out exactly what that is. And today, I'm going to show you. Principle 1, desire, obsession, not just wishing. Let me be completely honest with you. Wanting success is not enough. Hoping for it is not enough. Even working hard for it is sometimes not enough. Napoleon Hill studied 500 of the wealthiest people in history and found something uncomfortable. The people who made it weren't necessarily smarter. They weren't luckier. They were simply more obsessed. Meet Edwin Barnes. Broke, unknown, zero connections, zero experience. He wanted to work with Thomas Edison, the most famous inventor in the world. Everyone around him said, "You're nobody. You have nothing. Give up." He couldn't even afford a train ticket, so he hid inside a freight train just to get to Edison's office. He showed up looking like a homeless man. Edison's entire staff laughed at him, but Edison looked into his eyes and saw something they didn't. He saw a man who would not stop. Years later, that same broke, unknown man became Edison's most trusted business partner. Wishing gets you nothing, but obsession? It gives you a massive, unfair advantage. Be honest right now. If success took 5 more years, would you still continue, or would you quit like most people? Now, once you have that obsession, the next question becomes, how do you make yourself actually believe it's possible? Principle 2, faith self-programming. Not just believing. I'm 32. Henry Ford walks into a room full of his best engineers. He tells them to build something, called the V8 engine. Every single engineer says the same thing. Impossible. It cannot be done. Ford says 2 words, build it anyway. 6 months pass, nothing works. Engineers return, "Sir, it's still impossible." Same 2 words, build it anyway. Then one day, it worked. Now, here's what most people miss. About this story, Ford wasn't being stubborn. He wasn't ignoring reality. He had already decided in his mind that it was possible. And when your mind is fully decided, doubt has no room to enter, even when others quit. Even when results don't come, you simply keep going. Think about your own goal right now. Do you actually believe it's possible, or are you just hoping it might work out? Belief is powerful, but belief alone isn't enough. You need a daily system to keep that belief alive, especially on the hard days. Principle 3, autosuggestion, brain hacking, not just positive thinking. Here's something most people get completely wrong about positive thinking. They think it means just repeating words, "I am rich," "I am successful," "I am confident." And then nothing happens, and they give up. Napoleon Hill said, "The missing ingredient is emotion," because here's what actually happens inside your brain. When you repeatedly attach strong emotion to a thought, your brain starts treating that thought as if it matters. And slowly, without you even realizing it, your behavior starts to reshape around it. Your decisions change. Your actions change. Your results change. One simple practice: every morning, say your goal out loud. Don't just say it, feel it, see it, experience it as if it already happened. That tiny difference is everything. So now your desire is burning. Your belief is strong. Your brain is being reprogrammed daily. But what kind of knowledge do you actually need to succeed? Principle 4, specialized knowledge. Go deep, not wide. Henry Ford was once called ignorant in a courtroom. Lawyers fired difficult questions at him for hours, trying to embarrass him, trying to prove he was uneducated. Ford sat quietly through all of it. Then finally, he leaned forward and said something that silenced the entire room. He said, "I have a row of buttons on my desk. When I need any kind of knowledge, I press the right button, the right expert appears. Now, tell me, why would I waste space in my mind on information I don't need when I can simply hire people who know more than me? Stop trying to learn everything. Pick one skill. Go dangerously deep. Become the person people come to, not the person searching for answers. You have the knowledge. Now comes the part where most people fail, turning that knowledge into an actual plan. Principle 5, Organized Planning. Change the plan, never the goal. Thomas Edison failed 10,000 times. 10,000. A reporter once asked him, "How does it feel to have failed 10,000 times?" Edison looked at him and said, "I haven't failed 10,000 times. I have successfully found 10,000 ways that don't work." That is organized planning, not a perfect plan. A commitment to keep making new plans until one works. Change the plan. Never. The goal. Do you have a written plan for your goal right now, or are you just figuring it out as you go? You have a plan, but none of it matters if you can't make one critical decision and stick to it. Principle 6, Decision, decide fast, commit fully. Napoleon Hill studied 500 successful people. One habit, without exception, every single one of them shared. They made decisions fast and changed them slowly, while average people take forever to decide, then panic and change course at the first sign of difficulty. 17 to 116, 56 men picked up a pen. They knew what signing their name meant. Prison, execution, the destruction of everything they had, but they signed, fast, firm, and together. Pause. That one decision changed the course of history. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. It doesn't exist. Make the decision, then make it right. But what happens after you decide and things still go wrong? What happens when you're working hard and seeing nothing? Principle 7, Persistence. 3 feet from gold. This is the most painful story in this entire book. A man named R.U. Darby spent months digging for gold, day after day, week after week, nothing. He was exhausted, broke, completely defeated. So, he quit, sold his equipment for almost nothing, and walked away. That buyer hired one engineer. The engineer walked to the exact spot where Darby had stopped, measured carefully, and dug just 3 more feet, and found one of the largest gold deposits in Colorado history. Hill says this is the story of almost every person who fails. They quit right before the algorithm picks their channel up, right before the business turns profitable, right before everything changes. Always. 3 feet away. Principle 8, Subconscious. Mind you are always feeding something. Your subconscious mind never sleeps. Right now, as you watch this, it is recording everything, every thought, every fear, every belief you hold about yourself. And here's the part that should scare you. It doesn't judge, it doesn't question, it just accepts, and then it builds your life around whatever you've been feeding it. Feed it fear. It builds a fearful life. Feed it doubt. It finds reasons to fail. Feed it belief. It builds something extraordinary. Every single day. You are choosing which one wins. Most people don't realize they're even making that choice. And when you've mastered all of this, something happens that Napoleon Hill almost didn't include in this book because he thought people wouldn't believe him. Principle 9, the 6th sense. You can't learn it, you earn it, Hill called this the 6th sense. Every single person he studied, all 500 of them, described the same experience, a moment when they just knew, not thought, not hoped, knew the right deal, the right move, the right moment, before logic could even explain. Why? He said you cannot develop this by reading about it. You cannot practice it or study it. It only appears after you have lived everything that came before. You can't learn it. You earn it. Outro show. Slow zoom out from book, Warm Golden. Light. Napoleon Hill spent 20 years on this research. 100 people, decades of interviews, thousands of pages of notes, and at the end of all of it, his conclusion was simple. Rich people don't just work differently, they think differently, and the gap between where you are and where you want to be exists almost entirely in your mind. Most people will watch this video, feel motivated for a few hours, and then go back to thinking exactly the same way they did before, and 1 year from now, they'll be in the exact same place. Don't be that person. 1 year from now, you'll either be closer to your dream or exactly where you are right now. That choice is made in your mind today. If this hit you, share it with one person who needs to hear it. Subscribe to Luminary Reads. Every week we break down books that actually change lives. And tell me in the comments which principle hit you the hardest. I read every single one. Until next time, keep reading, keep growing.